Okay, some people might think this is a little controversial, or maybe not controversial, but something that you shouldn't do to a postcard. When you come across a postcard, you should leave it the way it is. That's how it has appeared, and you should leave it alone. But when I see a card like this with this heavy postal mark on it, I think, wow, that card could look so much better without that. So I'm going to show you a way that you can remove this. Now, this isn't going to work on all cards. This is a divided back era card, and I found a lot of these have just a light gloss, as you might be able to see as I turn it. You can see that it has a little bit of gloss to the surface. It's not like a chrome, but it's not a matte finish or a flat finish either. Now, not all cards from that era have this, but most do. Now, if I were to show you a white border card, as I turn it, it doesn't have near the amount of gloss. I don't erase. White border cards don't work. Linen cards don't work. But divided back era work well. A lot of them, not all. And chrome cards work as well. But I'm going to show you that this postmark here can actually come off. If not all of it, a good bit of it. We can improve the look of this card. Now, this card has a heavy vertical crease, and so I picked it because in case I would damage it, it's already damaged and it's no big loss. But you want to be careful when you erase, because you can cause creases by folding the card up, by pressing too hard and not holding it firmly. So let's see what we can do with this. I'm going to flip it around to where it's easier for me to hold, and I'm going to see if I can't erase this. Let's start right here towards the middle. I'm going to hold it firmly so that I don't fold it, and I'm just going to work gently with this eraser, just like you'd erase pencil marks on a piece of paper. And can you see? That's going away. Get down here to where this flag cancel is. It's going away. Again, keep working. You want to be careful. Don't want to crease or fold this card, so you want to hold it steady. I'm getting close to the edge here, so I'm going to turn it so I can get a better grip on it. Doesn't really matter the direction that you erase. In fact, sometimes it's better if you go both ways, you'll get more of it off of there. But now, let's take a look at it. Look at that. That looks a whole lot better. That big heavy mark that was up here is gone. And we still got this over here, so let's work on that a little bit. Again, hold the card firmly. Don't press too hard. You want to press firmly, but not so hard that you fold the card up. Pretty heavy, some pretty heavy marks down here, but just keep going. The great thing about this is eraser, it isn't going to harm the surface. A lot of normal erasers, if you keep rubbing, are just going to take the surface right off the card and damage it. This one won't do that. And so if you got a stubborn mark, you can just keep working it. It'll come off. Get that a little bit better. Didn't get all of this here, so I'm going to work on that a little bit more. But I think I've got this to where I'm happy with it. Now we take a look at the card, and now that postal mark is not the big glaring blemish that it was before. We can still see faint traces of it, and I think if I went over this card some more, I could get more of that off. But you can see the difference that it has made on that card. And to me, a lot of times, that just makes the card more attractive, and at the same time, makes it worth a little bit more.
All right, so before and after. Before and after. It's like when you go to the eye doctor and they ask you, which one is better, this one or this one?
So let me tell you a little bit about this eraser. As you can see, it's made by Pentel, and it is called high polymer eraser. This one, as you can see, is a little bit used. Let me grab an unused one, and this is what they look like. This is what the package they come in. It says high quality plastic eraser. Now, as I said, this isn't good on all types of cards. You have to be careful. And if you just try lightly and you're not seeing any results, then I would back off and not try it anymore, not erase any further. But this, as I said, works well, particularly on divided back error cards that have that little bit of sheen on the surface, and chrome cards that, again, have that shiny surface. It works very well on those. I don't recommend it on white border or linen cards, but on other cards of any era, it is great for removing dirt, particularly around the edges. If you have white border cards that have dirty edges, a lot of times you can clean them up and make them look a little bit better with this eraser. Same way on the backs. A lot of times you get cards with smudges or a coating of dirt on the back, and it's really good at removing that and making the cards look cleaner and brighter. So I use these all the time. I bought these online. They're easy to find. And I just think they do a great job. And if you wanted just another tool you can use to make your cards look nicer and look more appealing, I recommend this highly. Okay, so you can see on this card, it has got some postal markings up here that when it was ran through the machine, cancellation machine, it got some ink from this here on the back, transferred over to here on the front. So I'm going to try to remove this. Let me flip this around to where I can work it easy. Now you got to be careful when you do this. Don't press too hard, and you don't want to risk wrinkling or creasing the card, because if you can't, it can fold up on you. So just be careful here. And hold the card firmly and erase. You can see these black spots are coming off here. There's one down here too. There it goes. Now we have these stripes up here, or whatever you want to call them. Now these ones here are close to the edge, so we've got to be careful. So I'm going to hold this down firmly. I don't want to crease it or wrinkle the card. And there you go. Now we take a look at the card. Now those marks are gone, or they're much lighter. I could erase this a little bit more. I see now where I might have missed, so I can go back over it and work on it a little bit more. Spin it around here. Can get this a little bit better over here on the edge. Wipe the dust off. There you go. That card looks a whole lot better than it did. Let's do another one. You can see this one here. It's got a mark up in the corner. Not a real heavy cancellation, but obviously noticeable. So turn it to where I can get a good grip on it. I don't want to block your view here. And erase. As I say, go be careful, because you can fold the card up and put a crease in it if you don't hold it firmly. Some of this cancellation mark is lost in the trees over here. So if that blends in where we can't see it, that's fine. Let's see what we got. I see a little bit over here I missed. Let me get that. Work on this mark just a little bit more. Okay, there you go. I think it looks a lot better, don't you? Okay, let's do one more, just for the heck of it. Here we see a card with, has the real heavy postmark up here. Let's see if we can take that off. So as I said, turn it. You want to get a good grip on it. You don't want to risk folding the card up. And just erase like you were erasing pencil marks. Some are a little harder than others. Some take a little bit more elbow grease than others. But they will come off. You can see that's coming off. I can still see a trace of it, but still a lot better than it was. Moving down here where this mark is. It's coming off. Again, near the edge of the card here, we got to be careful. So grip it well. That looks pretty good. I want to work on this spot just a little bit more. Dust it off. See what we got. Better. Not perfect, but better. I see some marks up here I didn't notice at first. Let me see if I can get those. This part right in the middle is a little stubborn. It's heavy cancellation. As I say, this isn't a perfect system, but it usually works pretty good and makes a considerable difference on the card. So there you have it. That looks better than the last one, don't you think? One more thing I should have mentioned. As I said, you got to grip the card firmly, but when you're working on one that has a mark here near the edge, be careful not to rub back and forth like this, or be very careful, because sometimes on the back stroke you can catch the card and literally crease it. So a lot of times what is best to do here near the edge is just erase in one direction. Pull that eraser towards the edge of the card. That way you don't risk catching it, and that'll still works. It'll still get the mark off. So just want to be cautious. You might want to, if you've never done this before, you might want to take a couple old damaged cards and just practice with them rather than bring out a real nice card and screw it up. You might want to practice on a couple old ones. But I think this can make a dramatic difference in the appearance of cards, and I think it's worth a try.
Hey, if you like this video and you found it useful, please give me a like. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, I wish you would do so. That helps me to grow and reach more people. And as always, I appreciate you all out there, and thank you for watching.